Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome back. If you are returning, today we're gonna be talking about a movie that got me fucked up. Directed by Severin Fiala and Veronica Franz, The Lodge follows a soon-to-be stepmom that is snowed in with her fiancé's 2 children at a remote cabin. But just as relationships begin to thaw between the trio, some strange and frightening events take place. It does say it in the title, but I just want to give another quick warning really quick. I'm going to talk about spoilers. I'm going to talk about the end because I just want to. I feel like I have to. If you want my really quick spoiler-free review, it was amazing. It was dark. Go see it. Okay, moving on from that though, I want to take a moment really quick to give some mad props to whoever cut together the trailer for this. I only saw one trailer, so I don't know if they released another one that revealed more, but I feel like the trailer did a fantastic job of getting me interested in the movie without actually really telling me what the movie was about, because I was thinking it was going to be just like a straight like isolation horror movie, maybe something supernatural happens, maybe. But that's about it. That trailer, at least to my memory, revealed like just this like the tiniest morsel of what actually goes on in this movie. And I love that though, because I was shocked and tense the whole time I was watching this, because I realized I didn't really know what was happening. The characters were super compelling and they made you feel some type of way about all of them, whether it was a positive or negative feeling or a mixture of both, which is kind of where I sat with all of the characters. But I like that though, because it makes them seem more realistic. But I love how this movie had layers, and so did the characters. Like I said earlier, I sat in a space with pretty much all of the characters where I didn't like 100% like any of them, but I didn't 100% hate any of them. They were all at fault for something. Like the kids with pranking, which pranking seems like a really just not a good way to describe what these kids did to Grace. Like they tortured her essentially and took away her medication and made her go insane. So pranking doesn't quite seem to fit. But then on the other hand, Grace grew up in a cult and clearly has a lot of past trauma and is trying to seem like she's okay, which is also kind of her fault also, because the dad at one point is like, maybe I shouldn't go, and she's like hiding the pills behind her back like, no, it's fine, I got this. And it's like, oh boy. I mean, she also wasn't expecting the kids to hide her pills too, so there's that. But you know what I mean? Like, you go back and forth with all of the characters, like, I understand them like to this extent, but on the other hand, they did this. And I love that though, because it's like, I don't know, it just like it plays with your head, and you can watch this movie so many different times and maybe relate to different things about the character each time you watch it. The main reason why this video was gonna have spoilers in it from the get-go is because I really wanted to talk about the ending. After I saw it, you know, I went through some people's reviews and looked at what some people were saying about it, and I did see quite a few people saying they didn't like the ending. They didn't like how abrupt it was. I actually loved it. I thought it was like, it's just one of those that like doesn't quite have that falling action that you want, because that's like your general story arc, right? You know, you have like the exposition, the inciting incident that starts the conflict, that gets you up to the climax, and then the falling action, and then there's usually a resolution which kind of like closes the book, closes the story, and it just feels like, it feels complete. Like you feel like, it's almost like you're playing a scale and then you don't hit that last note, and you're just like itching for it. Like you can hear it in your head, and you're like, you want that release of that completion. You want that completion. But this movie doesn't give you that. It ends pretty much right, like when your tension is at its highest at the end, at least for me. Like Grace putting the duct tape over the kid's mouth that says sin, like her cult, and the one girl's crying so hard and my heart went out to her. And their kids are clearly in distress, and Grace is clearly just another person entirely at this point, and then it just ends, and you're left like almost like like I need something, give me something to complete it. It feels like the book didn't close. But I love that because I don't know, I feel like it's those movies in particular that stay with me the longest, and maybe it's because I don't get that completion that like my subconscious wants. I'm like, this story's not finished, what happens? I was battling with like, obviously Grace is gone crazy, she's gone off the deep end, she's a completely other person. The kids, by taking away her medication and torturing her and like playing her dad's voice and all this like religious iconography around that, and that's both the representation of the kid's mother as well. Like it's just her presence is just all over the house, and that weighs on Grace. All the religious stuff weighs on Grace, and you feel bad for her, but it's like, you know, she should have known that, you know, maybe she shouldn't be alone with the kids this soon. But on the other hand, you're kind of like, well, the kids kind of reaped what they sowed, didn't they? Because they knew her background. There's a point in the movie where they are looking at their dad's computer and see all this information about her. So they know her background, and they still do this. Hoping, I guess maybe they were just hoping to scare her, but you know, they could see when she was starting to go a little bit and go a little bit crazy. And by the time they really started to like backtrack and be like, hey, it was a joke, you know, it was way too late. And so it's like, on one hand, they kind of reaped what they sowed, but that's so dark. Like it's, I mean, other than that, I loved the setting. The setting was really great, especially like for the bulk of the movie where the kids are trying to convince Grace that she's dead and in purgatory. The setting really works for that. It's like just this it's completely white everywhere, and it's extremely isolated. Like there are no neighbors to be seen. The white, windy, never-ending landscape really, you know, sells that purgatory idea. Like that's what I think of when I think of purgatory, just kind of like bleak, grayish, white, nothing. I could go on. I could just go on about this movie. I thought it was great. I'd give it a 5 out of 5, honestly. I don't know. I think I'm the only one that's given it a 5 out of 5 so far, but maybe I give that away too easily. But I don't know. I loved it. I personally didn't have anything wrong with it. So on IMDb, it has a 6.6 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 73% critic score and a 50% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.2 out of 5. The movie is slowly starting to come out in more and more theaters, so those ratings are bound to change, probably even by the time this video goes up. If you've seen The Lodge already, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. And I really quick want to thank my creepy patron peeps for their support of my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep yourself, you can follow that link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. If you've been lurking and not subscribed, I post a video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I do a live stream every month, and I do a live stream every month also with Emma, Spooky Astronaut, so you should subscribe. It's a fun time. Anyways though, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!